It's the time of year when people are ready to pack up and head south for the winter. Life coach, financial planner, and president Renee Rebelo joins us this morning to discuss how to manage your snowbird retirement in a COVID world. Good morning, Renee. And how can we plan for retirement?
Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, I'm a retirement income specialist that has been talking to a lot of snowbirds. A lot of my clients are snowbirds, and they're, faced with that decision yet again this year because of COVID, to be able to make that decision whether they go south or do they stay in Ontario again. So what's happening is putting a lot of pressure on people's retirement income because they didn't plan on holding a property down in Florida and also having to pay for rent up here or a property up here also.
And what is semi-retiring?
So what's happening is because of the income and the pressure it's putting on their cash flow, it's making some people go back to work, right? And they're deciding that they want to do some part-time work. And then it's also doing the opposite. I have people who are coming to me and saying, Renee, I want to retire now. I'm done. I wanted to wait out this pandemic. I can't do it anymore. Tell me, can I retire now, or when can I retire? When I talk to these people, I'm like, listen, we really need to look at two things. We need to look at your chronological age, and we need to look at your biological age, because your chronological age is just based on the number of years you've been alive. However, your biological age takes a number of factors into consideration, like diet, exercise, quality of life, lifestyle, sleeping habits, and the goal is to have your biological age lower than your chronological age and then have your money last during that amount of time.
So if you're in good shape, eat healthy, you might live longer and have to have more money in the bank.
Oh, 100%, because you want to do these different things. So it's not about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years and making sure that you have enough funds to last through those biological retirement years. It's one thing if you go to a doctor and they say, hey, you're not looking any older than a day over 70. Well, that's great news if you're 85, but if you're 50, that's a problem.
Right. And what are common mistakes that people make when it comes to retiring?
A lot of times people, when biological age comes into play again, because people come in and say, you know what, I don't want to wait for my money. I don't want to project it up to 90 or 100. I'm not going to live that long, but unfortunately with healthcare, and people aging and living longer, but their health may not be good, then, they have to budget for that too, is making sure that they have the funds to bring in people to help them in their later years for home care or going into retirement living community or anything like that. So a lot of people forget about the fact that, it's not just about the living years, it's about the later years too. Where are you going to live? How much is it going to cost? And do you have enough money for that too?
What assumptions should folks avoid assuming?
Rates of return on their investments. A lot of times people will have these ideas of what they feel or assume that because they went into retirement, they should lower their risk on their investments. However, that's not always the case, because if your biological age says you're 55 and you're actually 65 and, you've made an assumption that you need to go into lower risk, you're going to be living longer, which means you need your money to last longer. So lowering your risk on your investments when you go into retirement is not a good idea. It's staying the pact and making sure that your risk tolerance is aligned with how long you need the money. So that is one of the biggest things I see as an error with retirees.
And any tax issues, Renee?
Well, there's taxes always the big question. Everyone's trying to lower it. So they should really work with their retirement income specialist to ensure that, I tell people, make sure you can get your money from your own retirement savings, but also get some from the government. And a good retirement income specialist will help you figure out how to get both. So how do you get money from yourself, and how do you also get money from the government? And then make it so that the government gets less of your money at the end of the day.
Are you seeing less snowbirds going across the border, into their homes down south this year because of COVID, over the last 2 years, I should say?
Yes, substantially. And these people are trying to find, short-term rentals that they can use from November 1st to April 30th, trying to scurry to find different places to live, or what are they going to do? And even the ones that do want to fly down, if they go and they fly, they can't take all the things they would normally take. So if they have pets, they got to worry about that. How do they get their car? A lot of them used to drive down and load up their car with their pets and their luggage and other things. And now they're not able to do all
Definitely
that.
Definitely a difficult situation, Renee. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Great tips as always. We'll be back after the break.
Welcome. Have a great day.